India has successfully foiled second Pakistani attack. Second attack foiled in 24 hours. This was an attempt to target Indian military bases in Jammu, Udhampur, Pathankot faced this target. Army says that multiple attacks by Pakistan has been successfully foiled. Attacks happened also along the western border. Army has said that drones and munitions were used. Numerous ceasefire violations being reported now. Drone attacks repulsed. Army says that has been a strong reply that has been given to all violations. Shiv Arur is joining us live. Shiv, I can see Nazir Masoodi also with us from Srinagar. Shiv, I'm coming to you. Pakistani troops have now resumed firing across the LoC, including Kupwara and Uri. But the Indian Army, as it did last night, is continuing to give a befitting reply for all these violations.
Very interesting thing that's happening for the first time this morning, Maria. Good morning to you and to all of our viewers, tuned in to NDTV's coverage, which I hear has been the most watched right through this very, very turbulent time. Maria, one thing is very interesting. Point number one, in the Army statement this morning, they haven't even bothered to, mention any of the sectors because literally, an alarmed and rattled Pakistan Army has opened fire across literally every sector of the line of control. There's firing taking place near the international border as well. We've just reported about the BSF, thwarting an infiltration attempt in the Samba sector. So the entire frontier between India and Pakistan is currently lit up completely. Point number two, the Army has said that attempts to send in drones, attack drones across the line of control have been thwarted. This is in addition to what happened, what began at about 8 o'clock last night, with the attempted attack on Jammu. The details of how the Indian integrated air defense system thwarted every single one of those attacks is something that's going to probably pass into, the military history books. But at this early stage, the Indian Army confirming that that indeed did happen. Third, probably most importantly and important visually for our viewers, is the first video that the Indian Army has officially put out, Maria, which we have on our screens as well, depicting the destruction of a Pakistan Army post across the line of control. Now, we cannot speculate as to which sector this is, where this is, how deep this is, but the Indian Army clearly playing on the front foot in terms of putting out information and putting out proof aggressively as far as how it is giving it back to Pakistan. Remember, no video footage, official or otherwise, has so far come to the fore of what has happened on the other side of the LC, Maria. This is the first footage. It's a tiny little clip, just a few seconds long, which the Indian Army itself has tweeted. I've just spoken to the Army. They've confirmed to me that this is indeed, what we are reporting. It is the destruction of a Pakistan Army post on the other side. Remember that the Indian government and the Indian armed forces, Maria, very important last point, have been stressing so far for the last 3 days that no Pakistan military establishment has been targeted at this time, and that India's, firing, India's attacks, etc., have been non-escalatory and restrained in nature. This is the first time we're depicting the direct targeting of a Pakistan Army post, and that's because the Pakistan Army and the Pakistan Air Force have been directly attempting to target Indian military establishment, and that is tantamount to an act of war. This is how the Indian Army is giving it back.
That's right, Shiv. In fact, the Integrated Defense Services put out some details on X as well, and said that military stations of Jammu, Pathankot and Udhampur in proximity to the international boundary in Jammu and Kashmir were targeted by Pakistan using missiles and drones. I can see Nazir Masoodi continues to be with us as well. Nazir, we believe that Pathankot, the electricity has resumed, and it's what is the assessment this morning?
Well, I'm here in Kupwara, and there was complete blackout for the night. And this morning, electricity was resumed here in Kupwara. But it was really nightmare for so many people, very deep inside this frontier district, like Dolipura, which is just 6 or odd kilometers from Kupwara town, which has been hit, and some structures have been damaged. Livestock has also been damaged. There also, fortunately, there's no human life has been lost. There's in Pahalgam area, Chokibal, Farkiya, Tangdar has borne the brunt of this shelling from across the border, and army has, as they have been saying, appropriately responded to Pakistani artillery shelling. And last evening, a woman was killed in Pakistani shelling when a mortar shell hit a car she was traveling in Uri area. So it is a situation where civilians bear the brunt of Pakistani shelling. All the schools across Jammu and Kashmir and educational institutions have all been closed because of the prevailing situation, as we saw what happened in Jammu last evening, and this morning as well. There were drone and missile attacks, and fortunately all of them have been neutralized by India's integrated air defense system, which showed a robust integrated air defense system. All the attacks have been neutralized without causing any damage in Jammu. But clearly in the border areas, it is the people who had to bear the brunt, innocent people. Many of them, hundreds of people, had to leave their homes. I was talking to a senior police officer. He was telling me about situation in Tangdar, while majority people had to flee from their homes for safety. And the people have been kept in various community shelters, educational institutions which have been turned into the shelters for the people. And administration is trying their best to reach out to these people. Chief Minister Umar Abdullah early in the morning rushed to Jammu from Srinagar, through Srinagar Jammu highway, even as the highway was yesterday closed because of the cloud burst and the mudslides on the highway. Hopefully that has been restored by now. And at Ramban, because that is frequently witnessing these landslides, this is the only road link that connects Kashmir with the rest of the country. But since the airport, both Srinagar and Jammu airport, are closed, like 24 airports across North India, because of the prevailing situation. So it's a tense situation. Pakistan trying to escalate the situation, but Indian response has been really very robust. Not just whatever they tried to, there was a terror attack and it was responded with the attacks on the terror sites in Pakistan. When there were drone attacks and there missile attacks trying to target military installations, there were attack on Pakistan's air defense system, and one air defense system in Lahore was smashed and hit by Indian drones yesterday, which even DG ISPR has admitted that their equipment in the military installation has been damaged without naming their air defense system has been damaged in the strike. So, but yesterday evening we saw, and this morning, early in the morning, there were pre-dawn attempts to target India and military sites and civilian sites. And yesterday we also heard loud explosions in Avantipura, near Avantipura Air Base. All of these attempts have been foiled by the India's integrated defense system. But it's a tense situation in Srinagar also. It was blackout.
Okay.